Let us start. Namo Arhantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Airiyanam, Namo Vachayanam, Namo Love Sauvasa Hudam, Mangalam Bhagavan Viro, Mangalam Gautamo Gani, Mangalam Kunda Kundaryo, Jaina Dharmostu Mangalam. सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्यं सर्वकल्याणकारकं प्रधानं सर्वधर्माणां जैनं जयतु शासनं जैनं जयतु शासनम. Jai Jinen सभी को. Let us learn the chapter of Teen Lok after learning about Arhanta, after learning about the four Aniyogs. Okay, so Lok means world. Okay, so we all know that the universe is made up of six dravyas. छह द्रव्यों के समूह को विश्व कहते हैं. Yes. What is a dravya? A dravya is a collection of good. Okay. Now, what are the six dravyas? Jeev, Pudgal, Dharma, Adharma, Akash, Kal. Now, this Akash we can divide imaginary, okay? You cannot, there is no clear distinction, but we can divide it into Lokakash, that is where all the six dravyas are found. And what is there beyond this Lokakash? Just space. So that is a Lokakash. So today we learn about the Lokakash. All right. So have you ever wondered about your position in this universe? Where are we? Okay. Do you think we can know everything in this universe? Do you think Google knows anything, everything? Well, have you also thought about how much our Sarvagya Bhagwan knows? And we learned in Karnani Yoga, there are so many details and intricacies that only Sarvagya Bhagwan can know the minutest details. That is the potential of Sarvagya Bhagwan. What happens to us after death? What do you think? What happens to us after death? We all will die. So what will happen to us after death? हाँ बोलो कोई भी बोलो.
We will go in one of the four gatis.
That's right. We will just travel somewhere in these four gatis. Okay. So according to science, I'm sure you would have learned in geography that there's many galaxies, trillions of galaxies, and there's every galaxy has its own stars, and every universe is very vast. And for even for light to travel from one end of the universe to other, it'll take like trillions of years. So yet this cosmos matlab this universe which we say is only one little fraction. It's like one speck in the entire Jain cosmology. What does the word cosmology mean? Cosmology is the study of the cosmos. Cosmos matlab this universe. Okay, so in school we've learned that this is the sun and there's planets which revolve around the sun. Everyone would have learned that in school, and we live on planet Earth, right? And which is the biggest planet? Which is the biggest planet? Bolo Adhyan?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. And which is the smallest planet?
Mercury.
Mercury. When we went to school, we were taught Neptune is the smallest planet. And then few years, decades later, the scientists found out Neptune is not even a planet. That's why they called it a dwarf planet. Okay. So like that, the science, the research, that can change.
I think you're talking about Pluto, not Neptune.
Sorry, Pluto. Yes. Thank you, Samyak. All right. Yeah, the last planet was Pluto. Thank you for correcting me. So, the science keeps changing, the worldly science keeps changing, but the geographical description, which is mentioned in Jainism, is very different from that which is taught in schools. So, how are we going to, deal with this bias, with these two different types of descriptions? Remember, whatever is said in Janvani will always be 100% right. Why? Because it is taught by Sarvagya Bhagwan. It is as it is seen, so is it preached by Sarvagya Bhagwan. So we don't have to go out in school or go and tell our friends, oh, do you know, we are taught there's just one sun, but according to Jainism, there's two suns. There's many moons, like 132 moons. Who would believe in you? Okay, so we don't need to go and explain this to anyone. So science versus scriptures. What will we believe? What will you believe? Tell me, what will you believe? Science or scriptures? Bolo. Everyone scriptures. Anyone who says no, 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 science is logical, that's why I'll only believe in science. No, we all know the potential of Jinendra Bhagwan. Okay, so Lokakash and Alokakash. Lokakash is what we have here, where all the six substances exist. What is there in Alokakash? Nothing exists there, only space. Okay, now the region of this universe where the six dravyas exist is referred to as the Lokakash. And how is the shape? It's the shape of a man standing with his hands on his waist and his feet are, far apart. Okay, or it's like a mrudang. Mrudang is like an instrument, like a drum. What are the substances? Jeev, Pudgal, Dharmastikaya, Dharmastikaya, Akasha, and Kal. So now Lokakash is divided into upper worlds, Urdhvalok, Madhyalok, where you and I live, and Adholok. Now, Urdhvalok, the upper world, who lives there? Celestial beings or heavenly beings. Who lives at the topmost part of the upper world? Siddha Bhagwan lives there. Okay, Siddha Bhagwan. Then under that are the Sola Svarga. And in the lower lok who lives अधोलोक सात नरक वहां पर होते हैं. Okay, now we had seen different types of jeeves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sense jeeves. Okay, so one sense are found every single place. Yes, Adhyan, bolo.
One time I went to India and I saw a mandir that was really tall and it looked like the thing in the picture, like the
Right, right.
person.
Was that Badagam? Was that Trilok Mandir Badagaon? I think, was it close to
I
Delhi?
think it was Teen Lok Mandir.
Yes, yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, excellent. I'm glad you've seen that. So you can exactly remember how it was. All right. So throughout this Lokakash, one sense chiefs are there. But guess what? 2, 3, 4, 5 sense chief can only be found in this little cylindrical portion, which is called Trasnali. Okay, and the shape of the Trasnali, it's 3D. Okay, so it's like a cuboid shape. So what about all the other places? Beyond this Lokakash, there's only a Lokakash, only Akash Dravya. The five other Dravyas are not present. Now let's come to the Madhyalok. Why is Madhyalok very important? Because it's where you and I live. Okay? So we reside in the middle world, characterized by what is there in the Madhyalok? Countless, innumerable. So there's an island encircled by an ocean, then another island, then another ocean. And we just learned about the Ashtanika Parva. So the eighth island is Nandishwar Dweep, where all the heavenly gods, they go and do puja over the Ashtanika Parva. So right at the center of this Madhyalok is Jambudweep, which is 1 lakh yojan. That's a very, very, very big unit of distance. Okay. So Jambudweep is surrounded by Lavan Samudra. Do you know what Lavan means? Lavan ka matlab hai salt. Okay. Have you ever had a play in the sea, in the ocean, and tasted the water? Khara hota hai na? Why is the water salty? Because what encircles the place we live is Lavan Samudra. This Jambudweep is 1 yojan is 6,400 kilometers. That's how much is the diameter of Jambudweep. Do you know how far is America from India? How many kilometers? Okay, सम्यक देख के बताओ. Or you can also tell me America to Australia. Now the surrounding Lavan Samudra is twice the thickness of Jambudweep. So if the island is 1 ocean, Lavan Samudra is 2 ocean. If Lavan Samudra is 2 ocean, the next one will be double of it, 4 ocean. Okay, the next one is Dhatki Khanda. The next ocean is Kalodadi Samudra. And just like Lavan means salt, Kalodadi means dark, black, murky water. Okay, then after that is Pushkarvar Dweep. And then there is a range of mountains called Manushottar Parvat. So this Pushkarvar Dweep is divided into two by the Manushottar Parvat. And like the name suggests, no men, no humans can go beyond this Manushottar Parvat. अध्यान क्वेश्चन है आपको बेटा? अनम्यूट करो. No? Okay. So no one can go beyond. So in how many dweep can humans be found? So one, two, and 2.5. The third dweep is not full because it's divided by the Manushottar Parvat. Hence they say that humans, Manushya, are only found in Dhai dweep. Okay. Now the oceans of the islands, they resemble bangles and like concentric circles, one inside the other or one outside the other. And the last one and the biggest ocean, the largest ocean, is called Swayambhu Raman Samudra. And how many are there from the Jambu Dweep to the Swayambhu Raman Samudra? Many, 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 many. We can't even imagine. That's why it's said Asankhya. Who lives in this Jambu Dweep in the middle world where you and I live? So Manushya, Tiryansh, and some Dev also. हाँ बोलो अध्यान. Unmute करो, unmute.
So in Dwight I saw Bhagwans go there to do darshan to like I mean Devs go there to do darshan to Bhagwan.
In Nandishwar Dweep. Yeah. Okay. And so there's two types of devs. One is Jyotishi and other is Vyant. Okay. So when we go to Devgati, we learn four types of devs. Bhavanvasi, Vyantarvashi, Jyotishvashi, and Vaimanik Dev. So the stellas means Jyotishi. Now, do you know the sun, moon, the stars, the constellations that we see? According to Jainism, these are the vehicles, कहते हैं विमान of the Jyotishi Dev. So they sit in that and they are the ones who are moving. And then there's one other types of devs called Yantar Dev. So all the bhoot, pishach, all the ghosts, so what we call, they are nothing but Vyantar Dev. Okay? And our dwelling place, we live in Jambudweep. Okay? So right at the center of Jambudweep is this massive mountain called Sumeru Parvat. Okay? And it's shaped like a cone with a flat top here. And why is Jambudweep so called? It's called after the trees found. They are called Jambu Vriksha. Okay? And which are actually, these are not trees, but these are one sensed earth body, Prithvi Kaik Jeev, which are shaped like trees. So these are not trees really. These are one sensed jeeves, like stones, which are shaped like trees. Now, what is there in this Jambu Dweep? So we saw center here is Meru Parvat, and then there's 6 ranges of mountains. Okay, and these are called Kulachal Parvats, and they stretch right from the east to the west. They are called Himvan. So first here, Himvan, Mahahimvan, Nishad, Neel, Rukmi, and Shikhari. So see, it's basically like the north hemisphere and south hemisphere, and they are mirror images of each other. So here is the Sumeru Parvat. Can everyone understand? And 6 ranges of mountains divide this into 7 lands, 7 bhumis. Okay, Himvan, Mahahimvan, Nishad, Neel, Rukmi, and Shikhari. Now these 7 regions, what are their names? So Bharat Kshetra is where you and I live. Bharat, Hemvat, Hari, Videha. So Videha is the biggest one in the center. That's why it's called Mahavideha. Then we have Ramyak, Hiranyavat, and Airavat. So 6 mountains divide the area into 7 regions. Okay, Bharat, Hemvat, Hari, Videha, Ramyak, Hiranyavat, and Airavat. Now, what all is in the Jambu Dweep? The southernmost area where you and I live, that is called Bharat Kshetra. Okay? And Simandar Swami, a Tirthankar, who is currently there, like you and I can't see Tirthankars in Bharat Kshetra because there's none in the in the 5th era. But in this middle area here, Videha Kshetra, Simandar Swami is present right now. And he's present at all times. There's always 20 Tirthankars there. And guess what? When one of those Simandar Swami goes to moksha, another Tirthankar by the name of Simandar Swami attains Keval Gyan. So the Samavsharan of 20 Tirthankars is always there. Okay? And each of these mountains, they have a large lake from which 14 rivers originate. So see, this mountain, there's a lake here. And from the lake come two rivers. So on either side, one river on this side, one river on this side. All right. So these rivers, they flow in pairs and they flow throughout each region, with the first one emptying in the Lavan Samudra. What are they called? Ganga, Sindh. So there's two on either side. Ganga, Sindhu, Rohit, Rohitasya, Harit, Haritkanta, Sita, Sitoda, Nari, Narakanta. Then we have Suvarnakula, Rupyakula, and Rakta and Raktoda. Okay. So you don't need to remember all these names, but it's good to know them. So the brown ones are the mountains. Okay. Then this yellow one here is the Sumeru Parvat. The yellow one here is the Bharat Kshetra. The blue ones are the rivers. Now let's go further. So this was about Jambudweep. This was about the middle world where you and I live. So let's summarize that. What is there in the middle world? So Sumeru Parvat right in the center. Okay. And then it's got 6 mountain ranges and it's divided into 7 regions. And in every region, there are 2 rivers. Okay. Clear? Yes, Shirayu? Bolo beta.
What are those 2 dots?
These dots,
Yeah.
these are divisions of the Videha Kshetra.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and actually, just like there's Sumeru Parvat, there is 4 more Merus, but Sumeru is the tallest Meru. Okay, chaliye. Now, so here basically we are learning just the basics, the very brief information about the Teen Lok. But later on, as you progress in your studies, we will learn everything in detail. Like there's 32 cities in the Vidya Kshetra. We'll learn all of this. Then there's Dev Kuru, Uttar Kuru. There is Bhog Bhumi, where at all times it is only fourth kal. Like in Vidya Kshetra, it's only fourth kal always. But where you and I live, the kal is constantly changing. Okay? Chali. So after Madhyalok, let's come to the Urdhvalok. That's where the celestial gods live. Okay. So what do we have here? This realm, it's called Vaimanik Dev. So these Urdhvalok, they are in set of twos, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 16. It consists of 16 heavens which are arranged in pairs. And what is there above these heavens? The Siddhashila is not right after these heavens. Above these heavens, there are 9 Greveyaks, 9 Anudish, 5 Anuttar Viman, and after that comes the Siddhashila. Okay? So, 16 Swarga, 9 Greveyak, 5 Anudish, 5 Anuttar Viman. So, these souls, everyone who is born here in these higher 5 Anuttar Viman, these are the most supreme of the heavenly beings. Okay? So, most of them who are born here in the higher swargs, they are definitely Samyak Drishti. Okay? So, what are the names of this work? Swadharma Ishan, Sanat Kumar Mahendra, Brahma Brahmottar, Lantav Kapishta, Shukra Mahashukra, Sahastrar Shata, Shatar Sahastrar, Anat Pranat, Aran, and Achyut. So, like that, 8 sets, which makes 16 swargs. Now, the summit, the highest part, is occupied by Siddha Bhagwan, that is called the Siddha Shila. It's how many Siddha Bhagwans stay there forever? Infinite, Anant. And this land is called Ishat Pragbhar, Bhumi. Okay, now let's come to the Adholok, the place where no one wants to go, but yet we all have been there many times. That segment, which is beneath the middle world, that is called Adholok. Who lives in the Adholok? Only Naraki Jeeves. There is no 2, 3, 4, 5 sense Jeeves. The 7 hells, they are also called Prabha according to their colors. So Ratna Prabha, it's of the color, the hue of gems. Sharkara is like pebbles. Baluka is sand. Panka is mud. Dhoom is smoke. Tama is dark. And Mahatam, It's pitch dark in the seventh narak. Do you know which is the worst narak, first or seventh? बोलो कोई भी बोलो.
Seventh.
बोलो. Seventh, yes.
Seventh. The
Seventh.
seventh one.
Yes, so the deeper you go, the more dangerous it is. And in terms of swarg, the higher you go, the more punya you have. But remember, the highest swargs, the after the Grevayaks, the five Anuttar Vimans, the Anudish, only Samyak Drushti, all Aham Indras live there. And do you know the Indras living there, they are really short. They are like a dwarf person. They are, उनकी height बस एक हाथ की होती है. Okay, so these hellish beings, do you know, not just Narki live in these lower, in the lower world. Also, Bhavanvasi and Vyantarvasi devs also live there. Jyotishvasi devs live up in the sky. Okay, but Bhavanvasi and Vyantarvasi also live in the Adholok. So remember, we don't want to be a dev because you might end up we don't even want to say कि मुझे देव गति में जाना है. Who knows, you might end up being a Jyotishvasi or a Bhavanvasi or Vyantarvasi. Okay, and they live in these holes, in these cavities like bill. They are called bill. Okay, just like a rats live in those, rodents live in the holes like that. The climate is either very hot or it's too cold. And what are these doing? They are only constantly fighting with each other. जिसको लड़ाई अच्छी लगती है, remember, you're preparing to go to Narak or you've probably come from Narak. Okay, why does someone go to Naragati? It's because of moha, mithyatva, and intense passions. बहुत ज़्यादा क्रोध, मान, maya, lobh. Now, who told us? Why would we believe in this nature of the Tiloks? Who we have never even seen Devlok, ya Narak, Adholok. Why would we believe? Because again, Sarvagya Bhagwan has the capacity, potential to know and see everything. Because he has said so, it will definitely be true. Okay, what does this tell us? What does the learning about the in all the knowledge about the three lok tell us? That the soul, the Atma, is eternal. If the soul does punya, shubha, you'll go up to Devlok, or you might come to Manushyagati, or you might go even to some Tiryansh also. But if you do Pap Bhav, you're going to go to Naragati. So, based on the types of karmas your soul binds, that will be decided. So, do you think now, who do you think would have created this Svarg Narak? Do you think Bhagwan would have created it? No. Okay? Because if Bhagwan had to create it, why would he create Narak? Wouldn't he just create Swarg? Why would he create Tiryansh Gati? Why would he create humans who are living in, poverty? They have nothing to eat. So we also understand that God did not create this universe. Why do we go in all these four gatis in different places? Because the soul has forgot its real nature. Because you and I don't know who we really are. And that's why we are either get attached or we are averse. We like some things we don't like. Like abhi ye dekh ke kisko aisa laga, I love Devgati. I would love to be the sun, moon and the stars. And I hate Naragati. I hope you don't say that. Okay, because that's where we might end up, land up one day. Okay, so no rag and no dvesh should be our policy in every space point in the Akash Dravya. So now here comes the scary bit. You and I have taken birth in every single place in this entire Lokakash. Okay, there is no place, there is no country we haven't been to. I always have some people, some kids, they say, I want to become the penguin. I want to really enjoy the winter. But guess what? You've become the penguin, you've become the polar bear, you've eaten so many jeeves multiple times. So when we understand all this, what happens? This human birth, we understand how rare this human birth is. We could have been, earth, water, air, fire, plants, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents. Some snakes are 5 cents, but they don't have a mind. But you and I have a mind. And what are we going to use this mind now? For Bhed Vikyan, for realizing that the soul is distinctly different from the body. And the soul universe is defined by its own knowledge. Where is the soul? The soul takes the form of the body. How big is the soul? The soul can be as big as the entire universe, or it can just be as small as an ant. Yes, Adhyan? Bolo, Adhyan?
I had to go somewhere, so I'm gonna have to stop,
No
like
problem.
leave.
We've almost finished. This is the last line. So when the soul forgets its universe. So our universe, my universe is my soul. Okay, and soul is nothing but knowledge. When I forget that I am a soul, when I don't realize, that's when all the suffering, all the miseries of existence starts. However, when we realize that I am a pure soul, this is my universe, and I get engrossed within it, that's the first step of attaining liberation. Okay, and we learn more about the entire universe in Tattvartha Sutra and Triloksar. So we learned about Lokakash, where all the six substances are there, Alokakash, where there's none but the Akash Dravya. We learned about Madhyalok, which has Jambudvip, Sumeru Parvat at the center, and not just humans and animals, but we also have Jyotishvasi Dev and Vyantarvasi Dev who live here. Okay, then we have the upper world, Urdhvalok, 16 स्वर्ग वहाँ होते हैं, and at the summit, at the top end, is the Siddhashila. Lower world, which has the seven naraks. Okay, and remember, the Jain cosmology, it actually challenges modern science, okay? Because science is just so limited and it's continuously progressing. And no one knows if whatever our scientists prove is right or wrong, because that is not Keval Gyan. That is Gyan, but not Keval Gyan. Agree? Yes, Chirayu. Bolo beta.
I don't have a question. I'm just doing this.
All right, okay. Shali, we finished. Do you all want to play a Kahoot or maybe tomorrow? Bolo? Yes? All right, so those who want to can stay. Those who, maybe we'll do the Chinwani Stuti. So if anyone wants to leave, they can leave. निज निधि निज में बताई यह अनंत उपकार है इसके
इसके
लिए
लिए जिनवाणी
चिन्हवाणी
माँ
माँ को वंदना शत
शतबार
बार है वंदना शत बार है जय जिनेन्द्र and wishing you all a very very happy Veer Shasan Jayanti Parva. Okay, so today is the day when Bhagwan Mahavir's Divya Dhvani started, like we discussed yesterday. Let me go live now. All right. Let's play. Sorry. Let's have
Are we
some
doing a
fun.
book or a Kahoot?
We are doing a Kahoot.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. Kahoot time. Let's do a Kahoot on the four Anuyogs because that's what we finished learning yesterday. So it'll be good to revise. Let me share my screen now. Chali. And we log in with the name of any one Jain Shastra, any one Granth. Okay, it could be Prathamani Yog, Karnani Yog, Dravyani Yog, or Charnani Yog. Chali, let us start. Monsoon. Are we going to have just one person playing today? Okay, let's start and see. Yes, Kavya, bolo beta.
My Google doesn't work, so I can't like play. But I'm just gonna watch.
All right, yeah, sure you can. And you learn the answers as well. Which Anuyog teaches about the bondage of types of karmas? Very easy. K and K. Karnani Yog, very good. Nature of the soul, आत्मा परमात्मा के बारे में कौन सा अनुयोग सिखाता है? द्रव्यानुयोग, नॉट चरणानुयोग. चरणानुयोग इज द कंडक्ट, हमें क्या करना चाहिए. आचरण इज चरणानुयोग. Conduct of Muniraj. Oh, too easy now. I gave out the answer. It is Charna. Not Pratmani Yoga. Pratmani Yoga is stories about the life. Charnani Yoga is conduct. Conduct मतलब क्या करने योग्य है, क्या करने योग्य नहीं है. Infinite jeeves in a potato. The different types of jeeves, the classification of different jeeves. Karnani Yoga. No one got it right. So you remember Karnani Yoga is all about karmas. Karnani Yoga is all about classification of jeeves. It's all about how karma, why jeev is in sansar, gunasthan, marganasthan. Over Paryushan Parva, which Anuyog is taught? Charanani Yoga, because what should we do? At least over those 10 days, we should not do pap. So the do's and don'ts come as a part of Charanani Yoga. Of course, you can learn all the Anuyogs. Maths, well, we all know this. Maths, very, very detailed. Yes, it is Karnani Yoga, not Pratmani Yoga. Pratmani Yoga stories. Logic, which Anuyog talks about logic? The six dravyas and logic and Atma and Paramatma. Logic is Dravyani Jain values through stories. Now this is too easy. त्रेसठ शलाका पुरुषों की स्टोरीज कौन बताता है किस अनुयोग में? Yes, Pratmanayog. Excellent. Samaysar. Samaysar is about the pure soul. Which Anuyog talks about the soul? It is Dravyanayog. Samaysar is one of the 5 Parmagams, so it is Dravyanayog. Which one is Ashastra Pratmanayog? All Puran. Puran are stories. Okay, so Padma is Ram ka naam Padma tha. Very, very nice. So here we go. Karnanayog, Gomatsar, Kashai Pahod or Karnanayog, Dravyanayog, the 5 Parmagams, and we have Tara Samaysar, the king of all scriptures, is also a scripture of Dravyanayog. Very, very nice. Well done, everyone. Let us end the class here. Chai Jinendra, now I'll see you on Sunday night. Okay?
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.